Time for the morning rush. The manhunt is over. A teen accused of gunning down an Albuquerque mailman is now in federal custody. APD and postal inspectors arrested 17-year-old Xavier Zamora at a home in southwest Albuquerque late last night. He's accused of fatally shooting Jose Hernandez, who was on his mail route near 98th and Tower. Zamora now faces a murder charge.
Meanwhile, Hernandez's family is still grieving this morning. His family, speaking to News 13, says they're remembering the husband and father of four as a man who was always trying to help. His co-workers say that he was someone who always brought joy, even on the toughest days. Hernandez has been with the Postal Service since 2007. Kristen.
Looking at spotty storms still possible over the north and northeast today. It's pretty much going to be isolated up there where everybody else sees mostly sunny skies and warmer temperatures, but the same kind of pattern expected for Friday. Spotty to scattered storms. Albuquerque looking at an isolated storm chance to finish the week. David?
The leader of a civilian group accused of detaining migrants along the U.S.-Mexico border is recovering this morning. Officials say Larry Hawkins was assaulted in the Doña Ana County Jail just hours after being locked up in Las Cruces. Now, he pleaded not guilty to federal weapons charges. He's scheduled to be in court here in Albuquerque on Monday.
This morning, Illinois investigators are waiting for a positive identification to see if a body found is that of 5-year-old A.J. Friend. The remains found wrapped in plastic in a shallow grave about 7 miles from the boy's home. The cause of death not yet determined. In the meantime, his parents both charged with first-degree murder.
Public defenders for accused school shooter Nicholas Cruz want to withdraw from the case. Cruz is set to receive almost $500,000. This is all from his late mother's estate. Now the Broward County Public Defender's Office is recommending that he get new lawyers, since they can only represent defendants who cannot afford private attorneys.
New at 6, Santa Fe's mayor says the city will not house asylum seekers. The New Mexican Reports Mayor Alan Weber says most are not looking to settle in New Mexico. The city is not in a position to shelter them. Instead, he says the city will raise funds for the refugees and send volunteers to Albuquerque and to Las Cruces. Into other news now, an Albuquerque woman is offering a reward this morning for any information leading to the return of her stolen pet pig. Sydney Forrestal says Barbie is a therapy pig and was swiped from her front yard yesterday. She's taken to Facebook to ask people for help.
This morning, Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham is working on her latest list of priorities. According to the Journal, among those are vowing to address the shortage of doctors in the state and revise malpractice laws that are preventing doctors from working here. She also wants more changes to schools and to simplify the state tax code.
On to new news for you this morning. The state's Public Regulation Commission is requiring Facebook to pay $39 million to power their plant in Los Lunas. According to the Journal, the governor and other state officials are not happy with this decision, saying the surprise bill could affect business in the state.
And that's all while social media giant could soon be writing another huge check, ranging anywhere from $3 to $5 billion. Now, this comes as they deal with an ongoing Federal Trade Commission investigation. In 2018, Cambridge Analytica accessed information from as many as 87 million Facebook users without their permission. Kristen.
Today's Metro Threat Index pretty low, keeping that at 2 only because of those winds brought in by the cold front tonight. Likely to be breezy to windy, 15 to 25 out of the east. It is a backdoor cold front, but outside of that, we're talking mostly sunny skies, temperatures in the upper 70s, and generally light winds from now until that cold front arrives. Crystal?
This morning, Deutsche Bank is continuing to hand over financial records relating to President Trump to New York AG's office. The AG subpoenaed the bank for any financial records tied to loans made to the president's or any Trump organization's projects. The bank is already part of a House investigation into Trump's businesses and money laundering.
Up and working this morning, a new portal that allows registered Albuquerque voters to donate to city candidate campaigns. The portal is called the Clean Campaign Portal. City office candidates who fund their campaigns with public money must qualify by collecting $5 donations from at least 1% of voters in their district.
It is official. Maggie Toulouse-Oliver on the campaign trail this morning. The Secretary of State announcing she is running for the U.S. Senate seat soon to be vacated by U.S. Senator Tom Udall. If Toulouse-Oliver does win, she would be the first woman U.S. Senator from New Mexico.
Joe Biden is throwing his name in the hat. This morning, he's announcing his official bid to run for the presidency. Today, Comcast's chief lobbyist, David Cohen, is set to host a fundraiser for Biden. Officials say Biden is currently targeting high-dollar Democratic donors to support his campaign. This is Biden's third run for the White House.
Happening today, we're expecting to learn the future of drainage issues in Rio Rancho. City Council is now deciding on if they should use 2 grants to fix their water pipe and drainage issues by installing new high-tech water leak detection systems. The city says it would match the $150,000 grant for 2 years.
Also happening today, the city of Rio Rancho will start working on water utility lines, which will leave some people without water. Now, the city says it's for regular maintenance. It's all happening on New Mexico 528. It's between Northern and Idalia. Beginning tonight, homes in the area will be without water or have low water pressure starting at 9 tonight and lasting all the way until 5 tomorrow morning.
We are looking ahead for you this morning. If you plan on riding or jogging on the Bosque Trail near Bridge, you'll need to switch up your route next week. The trail will be closed Wednesday between Bridge and Marquez for maintenance. It should be back open on Thursday. Kristen.
Time now for a check on traffic. At this point, your morning commute looks pretty good. No major crashes or tie-ups reported on the map this morning. And a live look out of the Big I, everything moving smoothly. But of course, we'll let you know if that changes.
A program designed to help some scared shelter cats just placed its 500th cat with a new family. Frady Cats, run by Albuquerque Animal Welfare, is volunteer-driven and provides one-on-one care. Now, socialization, health monitoring, and more for cats that in the past would have been considered unadoptable would be euthanized.
We're taking you back 23 years ago on this day, April 25th, 1996. We had the Dome fire just south of Los Alamos. Exploded due to some high fire danger there. We had humidity about 5%, winds over 25 miles per hour. So not surprised to see that thing grow. It did burn 14,000 acres, but no structures were lost. We take it now to the 5 facts.
We start with number 5 here in weeks. Better Call Saul fans will get a chance to ask the stars if rumors of the show ending soon are true. In a recent interview, Giancarlo Esposito, who plays Gus, says he thinks the show will end after its 6th season. However, actress Rhea Seehorn, who plays Kim Wexler, says there have been, quote, no concrete decisions about when Better Call Saul will sign off. The meet and greet will be at Bookworks on May 5th. A lot of people are going to be upset if it ends soon.
Oh, I'm one of them. At number 4 this morning, an Albuquerque woman is offering a reward for help finding her pet pig. She says it was stolen right out of her front yard. Now that right there is Barbie. Her owner, Sydney Forrestal, says that she was stolen yesterday afternoon. Now, Barbie works as a therapy animal around the community. Now Forrestal just hopes that Barbie is all right and returned safely. Forrestal says that Barbie is easily recognizable with her loud squeal and glamorous look. Again, there's a picture of her right there if you see her anywhere around.
At number 3, looking at warmer temperatures today in those upper 70s. Now, there's a cold front moving in. It's not going to do a whole lot to our temperatures. However, it will spark some storms out of the north and northeast. Those will likely be non-severe. Albuquerque, we're going to get the winds out of that cold front trying to squeeze through the canyons. That happens this evening. So windy overnight with temperatures continuing to climb tomorrow in the 80s. We've got a mix of sun and clouds, a spot storm on Friday, more sunshine and warmer for the weekend.
At number 2, the leader of a civilian group that's been detaining asylum-seeking migrants along the U.S.-Mexico border is recovering this morning. Authorities say Larry Hopkins was transferred out of the Doña Ana County Jail after sustaining non-life-threatening injuries. He was arrested last week on federal weapons charges. He pleaded not guilty and is scheduled to be in court here in Albuquerque, all happening on Monday.
On to number 1 now. The teen accused of shooting and killing an Albuquerque mailman is in federal custody this morning. APD and the U.S. Postal Inspection Service took 17-year-old Xavier Zamora into custody at a home in southwest Albuquerque late last night. It brings a 2-day manhunt to an end for the teen suspect accused of fatally shooting Jose Pepe Hernandez. Well, the mailman was on his route near 98th and Tower. Police say the victim, Hernandez, tried to break up a dispute between Zamora and his mother outside their home. That's when Zamora shot him. We're waiting for more details as to when Zamora will be booked into jail. Once he is set to face an open count of murder charge. Of course, we'll follow the story for you throughout the day, give you more updates right here on KRQE News 13.